What's up, y'all? It's man ES the Hermit Star back again with another video, and I'm here to do the general read for the sign of Capricorn. So if you have Capricorn anywhere in your chart, sun, moon, or rising, this is for you. But before we get into all of that, self-promo over here, I decided to bring the book a little closer for those instead of having it in the background as I did in yesterday's videos. But this is my book, Late Nights on Broadway. Don't mind that this physical copy is a display model, obviously, but you can buy a physical copy of your own without that not for resale tag by visiting the link down below. You can also find the ebook version of this book, Late Nights on Broadway. Once again, I'll show you the back as you can see. But you can find the ebook version of this novel in the description box below as well. Right now, smashwords.com is doing a sale for the book. It is on sale for 75% off. I'll leave that in the description box below. The sale ends January 1st, though, so you do want to make sure that you capitalize on it whenever you get the chance before the beginning of the new year, of course. But yeah, just wanted to put that out there. If you're not interested in reading the book, you're not a reader or whatever, but you would like a personal read, you're able to book that with me as well. You can also find out how to do that in the description by sending me an email. I'll go over the packages and stuff. Well, no pricing for you, Capricorn, because we are in Capricorn season right now. So I wanted to say happy birthday to all the Capricorns out. Any Capricorn that might be having a birthday today. Anyone who is going to have a birthday coming up soon. Again, birthday reads are free reads. Therefore, if you would like a reading for your birthday, let me know once again by sending an email, and you'll get that personal read for free, Capricorn. All right, so let's get right into your reading. We start off with the King of Swords. So this is very much about discipline, and it does seem as though if you move in this energy for the rest of this reading, it's at least going to switch things around here, as opposed to what the rest of the cards are saying for you. Just be disciplined. You know, there's gonna be some hardships out there. It seems as though I can also pair this, or I feel as though this goes to one of the messages that I'm going to link it at the end of this video alongside with one of your recent readings. The video I did when I said that when I was talking about a message that I received, saying that for the rest of this year, and probably even going into at the beginning of 2025, this was a time where we might not necessarily get things that we want. Like, there are going to be some pitfalls, essentially. But if we focused on what we can control, that's going to do a lot better than sulking that we didn't get what we desired, you know? And I believe this is going to be, this message here, from what I'm seeing, is just further proof for at least you, Capricorn. I've seen other signs prior to doing this reading, like a couple weeks ago, where it kind of was on that vein as well. But it just seems as though Capricorn, like, you really need to take heed of that message. We'll continue on with the reading, of course. You have more cards. But again, if you want a more in-depth reading in regards of that, or you know what I mean by what I just said, or the video I was referring to, let me put it that way, again, go watch that video. I will have that at the end. It'll pop up at the end. All right, next we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So This is someone who doesn't value themselves, someone who also fears change, and then there needs to be a change, more so a change in mindset. And again, I would encourage you to go back to the energy of the King of Swords. Be someone who is very much, disciplined, very much someone who moves with integrity, Not to say that you aren't someone who can't be a person of integrity. Capricorns that I know, are usually ones that, not all of them, of course, but, the ones that come to mind, tapping into, being someone of integrity it's them. It's something natural. They don't have to force themselves to be that. But there are also some caps out there, or just people in general, of course, who get stuck in their ways. They get stuck in certain mindsets that they have that they need to change. Because it's not going to the same mindset. It's probably someone out there. You're doing it because it's a protection mechanism to you. Or you think it's protecting you, but actually it's hurting you. So, there's just certain things going into the new year, especially, where you might want to look into changing your mind about certain things. You're changing your perspective. If, relating back to this card, or to this card in general, I mean, if you hear that noise outside, it sounds like people scraping and, snow plowers, and because it snowed out here about like 4 inches or so there's a lot of work going on outside. I'm lazy as hell. I'm feeling lazy today, to be honest with you, but I gotta go do my steps. But I want to get this stuff done before I do any other physical activity. I don't want to tire myself out and then be too lazy to do these readings, because that would happen for me. I do all the damn shoveling and everything. I'm going to work out. I do all the physical stuff, right? And then be too tired and too lazy to even do these. Sit down and do readings. So I figured, let me get this done out the way so I could go and do the physical stuff. And then if I got to, lay my head down right after. But back to your reading. When the 8 of Cups is in this energy here, this is someone who is necessarily someone who is letting go, having a new perspective, especially when it comes to just outcomes in general. But it showed up like this, and I feel as though what the universe wants you to change is your mindset, of course, about when it comes to certain outcomes. Hence why I was saying earlier, now is not the time to focus on what you cannot change. Now is not the time to solely focus on the outcome of things that, again, that you either can't control, as in like it's not necessarily 100% up to your control, or just outcomes in general. Focus on what you can do. Focus on doing your best, and then just doing it. Of course, we always have a preferred outcome. We always have an ideal outcome of what we want to happen. But you can't always control that. But you can control your actions. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? All this other stuff, right? So focus on that stuff, and then whatever results come from whatever action that you're doing, action or actions you're doing, the results will be the results. But I'm saying this now. Sitting around and hoping and praying and wishing and thinking about the preferred outcome isn't going to necessarily get it. The actions you put in could possibly get it. It could not. But again, as I was stating moments ago, and in that video that I will have posted, if you don't remember or didn't watch it, actually doing the work is better than just sitting around and, again, thinking about the end result when you didn't even get up and do anything to get said result. All right. You have another eight, but this time you have the Eight of Wands, but also in reverse as well. So this is, to put it bluntly, like a cluttered mess. And this is a mess. This is also the card of indecision. And because of your lack of, decision making, and as far as action, I'm going to say action. Although indecision is what is being used here, I'm going to say your lack of inactivity will cause more of a mess. Again, really relative to the message I keep referring to that I posted weeks ago. I want to say, if not at the beginning of December, actually, it was like the last, or toward the last week of November, or second to last week. It was close. It wasn't super recent, obviously, but it was not like a message that I got months ago. Like, this was a very fairly recent message, and again, posting it at the end. But your lack of decision making will cause more of a mess. Again, sitting around and just wanting an outcome without putting the work is not going to get said outcome, and it's also going to cause more of a mess within your life right now. And it's your birthday season. You don't really need a mess, man. Like, you really just, you should do your best, again, at whatever you're doing. But then take that time, instead of worrying, take the time to just celebrate yourself, especially at this time. Whether it's your birthday or not, whether it's coming up, it's your season. So again, I would focus on, again, just doing the work, doing what you can, not really focusing on an outcome. But then after you've done the work, focus on just celebrating yourself. So we'll get into your next card. You have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse as well. This, along with the Eight of Cups in reverse, both of them have the meaning of you not necessarily, you fearing change and fearing your potential. I feel like this lack of inactivity that seems to be very much heavy in this, this lack of activity, not lack of inactivity. That's the opposite. But the lack of activity that seems to be very much present in this reading right now is because you don't think you're good enough to move forward. You don't think you're good enough to accomplish the things that you want within your life. So you might be someone who is very much, into spirituality. You very much believe in a higher power, and that's all of that is great, but it does give off the energy here that you're relying too much on, let's just say, God, right? I'm just going to use God as, the blanket title. Whatever you call the higher power is what you call it or them, but I'm just going to use God in this situation here, right? So it does seem as though you're relying too much on God. I'll use the universe as well, God in the universe, to do everything for you. I get the sense that you do pray, which again is great in my opinion as well. I get the sense that you do pray, but you pray more than you actually are doing the work. And what's the Bible quote about prayer? Prayer without works is like, what is it? Is just hope or something like that? I may have butchered it. I don't really care to quote every Bible scripture verbatim, but like, I feel as though you're just in an energy right now where you're praying a lot, but you're not necessarily doing a lot. Now, again, the prayers are great. I'm not going to tell you not to pray. I'll never tell anyone to pray or not to pray, right? I think it's really up to you. I will ask you if that is something that you want to do, and then if that's the case, again, you can decide whether if that's a moment or if that's, a thing that you want to pray for, or whatever the case is. But so I'm leaving that up to you. But what I'm saying is, if you are someone who does pray, it does seem as though, at least so far, you have one more card. We'll get into it, but it does seem as though you're relying too much on the outside. Now, I don't want you to go to the other extreme which I would call the Virgo extreme. But I don't want you to go to the other extreme of where you are going to try to control every single aspect of your life. You know, there is a part where you have to play, and then there's the part the universe plays as well. You know, we co-create with the universe, you know, but play your part still is what really I would title this, is you have to play your part in all of this. You have to put in the work. And again, you have the very potential to do so, Capricorn, not simply because I believe you do, but the universe is saying you do with this King of Swords. Once again, this is someone who truly understands their ability. Truly, it moves within, again, their integrity. And most of all, as I was saying, they understand their ability and they play their part and what they need to do in order to get things done. So your last card, I'm gonna have to cover it, is the, yeah, you just gotta cover the chest. She already covered from waist down. The World in reverse. So this is someone who is dishonest, honestly. Someone who is trying to shortcut or shortchange either something or somebody in order to yield results. This is a interesting way to end this. I mean, it's perfect if you ask me, because again, this is reminding you, don't stick to your integrity. You know, be someone who is disciplined despite how hard things are looking right now. Don't be this type of person to achieve the things that you want, Capricorn. So it's really much a reminder that, yeah, this energy is present, but so is the King of Swords, you know. So don't be someone that's going to cut corners, essentially, in order for you to, again, achieve the things that you want. It's the best way I can give you, the best answer I can give you. And simply because I'm not going to tell you to pray or not to pray doesn't mean I'm not going to tell myself. I will be praying for you that this situation does get better. I hope that you don't turn to something, to doing something in order for you to get the results that you want, doing something that is outside of your moral code. Let me put it that way, right? Don't do something that's going to compromise your integrity, essentially, is what I'm telling you. All right. But as always, you and everybody else are going to do whatever you feel is best for you. All I can do is give you the energy and possibly, hopefully, send enough positive vibes to where, you know, you don't turn to a negative. You know, you don't turn, the outcome isn't negative, and you don't make negative or or dissatisfactory. I'm gonna put it that way, since the World card in reverse is dissatisfaction as well. That you don't make dissatisfactory decisions. But again, if you would like a personal read regarding this situation or anything else, you can shoot me an email. Find my email in the description box below. Also find the link to this book. Once again, Late Nights on Broadway. You know, a novel written by yours truly. I'll leave it like this for a while. If you want to pause the screen, read the back if you want. You can get the physical copies of the book. I'll leave that link down there below. But the ebook version of this is on Amazon. Well, not on. You can find the ebook version, but it's not on discount on Amazon. The discount is only on Smashwords for now. Smashwords.com. I'll have that link down there. Have the discount code 75% off of the ebook version of this book. That promo ends January 1st, though. So make sure, if you're going to plan to get it for Christmas or whatever the case is, that it is all the purchase, at least it is done by the 1st of January. Okay? once again in the front. And thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for trusting me for being your intuitive reader for today, or at least one of your intuitive readers for today. Once again, I'm praying for you, Capricorn. Y'all one of my favorite signs, so hopefully you get it together. All right, until next time, until next video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, until next video, take care.